sharing how I started with 1 investment property to 9 as a 33-year-old Singaporean. So I actually borrowed 80k from my mum to buy property number 4. Started with 784k in 2019, now worth at least 950k. I would like to thank my mum, and my mum. In case you're wondering, I've already paid her back, so moving on. If you watched my previous video, after buying 3 properties within just a few months, I pretty much went broke. Hey, just joking lah. Since I don't have much cash like many other young people, me and my wife, we focus on getting a new HDB BTO since it was the most affordable option. But it's during the process of buying, I had a mindset shift and I changed my strategy. You see, being an investor now, right, I want to make sure my home makes money. Big money. And the faster, the better. So that literally means, right, should I make 300k in 3 years or 500k in 10 years? So what are my options? A HDB BTO, but I've already failed the application 4 times. Or B, a resale. Or C, a new launch condo. Since my industrial properties were all resale, I decided to go for a resale private house because it gives me great passive income from rental and I can skip all the waiting time, so that's great. Unfortunately, here's where I got it wrong. Number 1, since I'm going to stay in the house, there will be no rental and no passive income from me. Number 2, compared to the first early buyers of the project, right, the early buyers paid so much cheaper than me. So today they are making huge amount of capital gains and their capital gains are actually paid by me coming in as a resale buyer. Now number 3, as a resale buyer, there's no guarantee that I can make as much profits as the first buyers. And number 4, when we all go into the market where we want to sell, because the first buyers bought a lot cheaper than me, they are also able to undercut my pricing if we were to sell next time. And so lastly, number 5, if the first buyers manage to make so much capital gains, why can't I do the same? So here's a quick calculation to show you the numbers. A HDB BTO, in order to make 200k, takes about 10 years time. For a new launch to make the same 200k, it takes about typically 3 to 4 years time. And how about a resale? A resale hardly grows in price. So assuming I collect a rent of 2,500 per month, it will take me 6.6667 years time to make the same amount. That's assuming I don't have to pay for bank loan installments or other expenses. So I walked out of my mind block and looked into the new launch market for the power of capital appreciation. But you know, I was actually affected by the cooling measures, which increased the down payment from 20% to 25%. That means I need to fork out extra cash when I don't even have cash. But when there's a will, there's a way. When I found this 1-bedroom at Kent Ridge Residences, it was such a great opportunity, I couldn't let it slip out of my hands. Really, really good because it's beside the Greater Southern Waterfront transformation, which is part of the government's master plan. New Circle Line MRT stations were built in time to link to the CBD to reduce travelling time. So it's next to offices, research labs, MNCs and NUS, so I can get good high-paying tenants if I choose to rent it out. So it met all the criteria except one, that I was short of 80k. So you already know, I called my mom and I borrowed 80k from her and that's how I got the place. Looking back, I'm very thankful for my mom because without the 80k, I could not have got started and I would have been outpriced by the market today. For example, I bought my 1-bedroom at 784k, but today any new launch 1-bedroom out there will already cost me 1.1 million. My message for those people who are getting a property, right, is to take action now while you can. Don't get outpriced. Do something when you have a luxury of choice, not when you have no choice. And for those people who are not at retirement age yet, I think best to aim for large and fast capital gains. Because like for myself, I'm going to take the capital gains here and roll on to a bigger and better house. So hope to see you there. However, I know some people cannot afford private. It's okay. I'll try to make another video to talk about how you can get started. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll be happy to share more and stay tuned for property number 5.